Hello, science lovers. I'm trying to see, is my mic on? It is. Awesome. So that's working. I think we're everywhere. All right, let me double check. Make certain we're on Periscope. Hello, Alex. Hello, Andy. Hello, everyone. Today's a pretty chill day. Hello. So, I thought I would hop on here because I'm taking a break this weekend due to the holiday. Hey, Mark. Hello, everyone. Due to the holiday and everything that was going on with that, hope everyone had a good holiday. If you celebrate, if you don't, that's cool. I still hope you had a good weekend. So I just thought we could do a little Q&A session and chat a bit about upcoming things going on, things to come. So, gosh. So at least I got my right camera working, got my lights going. So lots of exciting things are coming up. Hello. I still have breakfast in my teeth. So cool things coming up. There's some ideas that I'm tinkering around with, like to do on Sundays. Like I had been doing a show on Sundays for patrons called Science Sunday School. But it wasn't like a lot of, oh, how do you get a wrench? Oh, you need a wrench, don't you? I don't. Let me see. I have to give you one through here, I think. Hello. I'll give you a wrench, Andy. I need to give a wrench to somebody else. Gosh. See, this is why I need a handler. This is why I need a handler. So I can get somebody to handle some of this stuff because I'm silly and goofy. Let me close out TweetDeck. That might be impeding some things. But I can see about getting you a wrench. Hello, Clownykins. Can I do that through the app? I wonder. There are... Gosh, do you know how many Andy Duets there are? I signed up for the handler position. Oh my goodness, look at Fig. You already do a lot of stuff. I don't know that you want to handle any more of the stuff that I've been doing. Lord. You love my coffee mug. Yay. I don't know. See, the YouTube app is not very... I have a wrench on your show. Okay. Let me see if I can... I'll have to do it through the thing. Open the live chat on the app to do it. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me go that way. Hey, Terry. Hey, everyone. I'm going to turn my phone down because now I'm... Okay. So, Andy... Okay, I think I gave you a wrench. I can do it through the app. That's nice. Andy, you have been wrenched. Well, at least it's looking nice on the app. You know, sometimes it drops a lot of frames, so this is working all right. This is doing pretty good. All right, your first ever Twitter broadcast. Yay! Yay! So, normally, you know, like on Saturdays, I have like a well planned out type of show. And, you know, and right now we're doing... now I can't scan Andy. So now I'm doing... I took a break this past weekend. You're welcome. And then next weekend, I'll be taking a break as well. Your first ever Twitter broadcast. Woohoo! Yay! Now you can't ban Andy. Oh, I wouldn't want you to ban Andy. Andy's one of my patrons. He's cool. And speaking of which, Andy is going to co-host Spirited Science with me. So that's a new announcement, because it's a lot of work to do these shows. And so my intro is almost finished for my show with Katie Paulson, This Week in BS. So Peter, also known as Gonna Go For It, does all my intros for me. And so he's working on it. And we had a band called Versus out of Leeds in the UK, UK, who went into the studio and recorded my intro for me. So thank you, Craig. So I'll have a link to their channel so you can go and check out their awesome rock and roll music. It's very edgy. You know, it's a lot of guitars and stuff. So This Week in BS is going to be a bit more tongue-in-cheek. And then Spirited Science will be talking about a scientist and sharing a beverage. So if you haven't seen previous episodes of Spirited Science, do check it out. I have them on playlists, and that's how I organize my videos on YouTube. So Andy's going to help me with that. Yay! So Andy will help with organizing people to be on the show so we can talk about scientists. So I do, and that's a show that I open up to the general public. So if you want to appear on Spirited Science, shoot me a message. My Twitter DMs are open. Anybody can message me there. You can also email me by going to my website, ScientistMel.com, and you can contact me through there. What kind of science do I do? Well, I have done genetics research on the Tree of Life project with Dr. McKenna. The YouTube account name is youtube.com/ScientistMel. So ScientistMel pretty much everywhere. On Facebook as well. I should be live on Facebook right now too. I'm also on Twitch, so you can talk to me there. So if you want to be on my show, just shoot me a message, because Spirited Science is about incorporating the general public as well and helping them learn a bit more about a particular scientist or a particular field of science. So this is how the format of that show goes. Genetics. Yeah. I get a lot of questions and then I jump back and forth. I've been published for a breast cancer test I worked on in graduate school, and through 3D printing, making a miniature device in order to do a high throughput test. It's incorporating nanoparticle technology. So I've worked on that as well. So most of my stuff is back in human biology. All right. So I've worked in academia. I've also worked in education, science education. I can legally teach 3 different subjects. I can legally teach physical science, chemistry, and biology. I might pick up a physics qualification if I want. Some people use Twitch just for gaming with a chat window, but I stream science content there, so maybe somebody do that. Oh yes, I do have a Discord. Lookapig works a lot on my Discord to help organize it and stuff, and patrons get special Discord liberties on the Discord chat. Yeah. So, oh goodness. So this is a pretty low-key live stream we're doing right now, just kind of catching you up on everything. I have gotten a new camera. It's refurbished, but it's meant to do short films, actually short films. Oh goodness. All right. So, and I do have a green screen, but a lot of my viewers say, I don't want a green screen. I love your background. And I'm like, okay, no green screen then. Maybe I'll incorporate that with the short films with the camera that I just got. So that'll be cool. Okay, so software is better than magic asks, what's an awesome science problem you think we're on the brink of solving? Wow. Well, I would have to say, Director. A side note, I do have a channel that has shows some of my editing skills. But a science problem we think on the brink of solving. Well, we are getting really, really better at removing CO2 from the atmosphere. And scientists are learning a bit more on how to do artificial photosynthesis. So that's pretty cool. There is a robotic leaf that scientists have made. That's quite useful. You know what? I have my new... Let me go get this. I'm going to get this and share it with you guys. I know I'm not there right now, but I'm not gone. So, I actually am part of the American Chemical Society. So, this is what I get every week. I say we green screen the background as the background we see now and fool everyone. All right, so because I have chemistry degrees, I can join the American Chemical Society. I'm looking at joining the Royal Biology Society out of London. I've started an application on that. I need to finish it. But this is pretty cool. American Chemical Society sends me this this weekly stuff, and it talks about the latest and greatest in chemical and engineering news, essentially. So this one is the search for better white light. And they have advances in inorganic phosphors, boost the efficiency and appeal of LEDs. So, inorganic for Andy. Oh, goodness. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. So they cover stuff on nanomaterials, drug development, protein energetics. Capillary confinement produces organized photonic films. So, how would you guys feel if I took Sunday Sunday School, and just did a short little latest and greatest in science, the latest and greatest in science news? Because I can shoot that pretty quickly and talk about it. Model could improve promising carbon-hydrogen activation. Theoretical chemistry in this. A better light. Better than white light. Disorder tunes protein function. Where proteins are concerned, the relationship between structure and function is more complicated than previously thought. A team of researchers led by Zachary Wood at the University of Georgia in Athens has shown that disordered bits of proteins, often assumed to have no functional role, can fine-tune a protein's entropy and function. Wow. Wow. So they're finding out that there are proteins that help get, even though they thought they had no function, there are proteins now that actually help put proteins back into just like, okay, look a pig, that'd be cool. If you want, I can help with the shows. I have Google Suites, so I can make hangouts that hold 25 plus people. Cool. So that'll be helpful. Thank you, Look a Pig. I will probably take you up on that. Messenger RNA firm Moderna files for record IPO. There's lots of words in there you guys probably don't understand. Wow. Moderna is a company, and it opened this messenger RNA factoring facility in Norwood, Massachusetts in July. So there's a lot of things that you can use messenger RNA for, because that's essentially what our cells read. The ribosomes will read the messenger RNA and make proteins accordingly. So, and this usually comes directly from the nucleus. So it seems like there's a company that's going to start generating messenger RNA. Be interesting to see it in be interesting to see this, and and use it for instance, could look at it as far as like potential drug things, messenger RNA based drugs, and they've been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. But, you know, there's still, nobody really knows how this technology works, apparently, with this company. Moderna will likely be criticized more than any biotech company in history due to its ludicrous valuation. Wow. See, people are just like, scientists, you know, it's a conspiracy. You know, scientists will absolutely rip each other apart. I don't think people understand that so much. Any room for an engineer? Well, sure. Hop aboard. Do you want to do science Sunday school with me, Andy? We're already doing spirited science, and then I show up on your science, Sunday science. Oh, goodness. There's a lot of stuff. 3D printing! Yay! I worked in 3D printing. That's fun. BASF invests in 3D printing again. So this venture capital is a leading series of investment around in three-dimensional printing startup Essentium. I want to know what exactly they're 3D printing. Okay, so they're developing a fused filament fabrication technology to make parts stronger and faster than other filament-based approaches. Okay, so that's the thing. The filament that you use in a 3D printer, and it can vary, and it depends entirely, and you have to change the heat based on the type of polymer that you're using. So if they're finding a way to be able to use sturdier filaments in order to 3D print things, that would be cool. And extremely expensive, but it's something that we can think about. It's kind of fun. Toxicity level proposed for Gen X. EPA's draft safe dose for fluoroethers is 4 times as high as that for PFOA and PFOSs. Ooh, fluoroethers. How fun is that? Oh gosh, especially the programming part. Okay, so things that I've done. We can talk about 3D printing for a little bit. So I worked with, and Andy will make fun of me. He knows how to do AutoCAD. I don't. I use Tinkercad, and then I use SketchUp in order to help work on the 3D printing device I use for breast cancer tests. So in one of my qualifying exams for my master's was in 3D printing, and I got a perfect score on it. I got a perfect score on. I scored higher than, it was like only one other person in my class scored a perfect score on the 3D printing qualifying exam. That was me and one other person. But I mean, you know, I knew just about everything. So I worked primarily with MakerBot. You can get 3D printers pretty inexpensive now since the technology is getting a bit older. So you can get 3D printers, and the filaments are pretty inexpensive. The university I was at actually allowed you free access to their 3D printer, and it included the filament. So you could go in and you could sit there, but I think you were allowed to have like 4-hour blocks of time. So I would be there the entire 4 hours, and you couldn't leave it. You'd have to sit there and watch it, make certain it didn't malfunction. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's actually kind of, you know. But yeah, so yeah, if you guys want to start, I can do Science Sunday School. You just had your coffee, yay! If you guys are interested in Science Sunday School, I can toss that in. This is pretty cool, and talk about the latest and greatest in science. I have subscriptions to all kinds of different science magazines, and then I get this as part of my membership of the American Chemical Society. So we can talk about that. Talk about cool things in science. And then I'll have my show this week in BS. That's going to air on Thursday nights with Katie Paulson, probably around 6 Central. I'm thinking around 6 Central. Thursday night, 6 Central. Maybe 7, and tweaking the time. 6 or 7 Central Thursday nights. And then Spirited Science will be probably a couple times a month. You're new here, you'll go with the flow. Spirited Science will be a couple times a month. Maybe 2 or 3 shows a month. Probably 2 shows a month. Okay, you can make a hangout for people to join for the Q&A. Well, maybe. we'll have to talk a bit more in detail about how to navigate that, because I use Streamlabs and I also use OBS from time to time. So, but that's what's coming up. And then I'm looking at different software or like video editing software. I might just fork it over and get Premiere Pro. I'm very familiar with Premiere Pro. I used to use it when I made short films, so I might still do that. I'm just trying to think what kind of way I want to navigate with the short films. Do I want it to have a little bit of fiction, or do I want it to be more, more nonfiction? What do you guys think? What would you like? Could do a whole thing. I've often toyed around with the idea of doing like the Onion style, except for science, and then making videos like that. Vegas editor, although I like Premiere Pro though. Premiere Pro is really high end and it's nice. So I don't know. Hello. So I'm not certain how I want to go about that. I don't know. I have a camera now, so I can, like, a really nice HD Sony camera. I mean, this is my streaming camera here, and that's not going anywhere. That's just for streaming. But I have a camera now for like doing short films and stuff. So that'll be cool. I used to make a lot of I tinkered around a lot with short films in the past. I still have a short film I never edited. And I used to work with Digital 8, so it's Digital 8 film, actual film. And I liked the grainy feel of the film, but you can replicate it now through different software if you want that grainy feel. But yeah, it was black and I've done lots of black and white stuff. But yeah, there's so, oh, Andy, you got a link there. I'm curious what it goes to. Let me see. Live chat. What is that, I wonder? I'm looking. It says I can't, Safari won't let me open this page. Silly Safari. Oh, additive manufacturing at its best. Cool. Well, that's cool. So. Okay. Hello, Richard. Richard Perry. That's a cool last name. Reminds me of Steve Perry from Journey. That's how old I am. So, that's a big laser. Wait, it is a laser or laser? Oh my goodness. Okay, so Sunday, Science Sunday School. Sounds cool. All right, we can start doing that. I'll start coming together with a format. I can probably use the same kind of intro I use here, so that's not a really big deal. So Science Sunday School. I have that now. I think I'm going to try to do it every Sunday. I need to go back and start recording more of the shortened versions of my longer live streams, which would be cool. What is the universe expanding into? Your mom. I am sorry. I couldn't help it. Somebody asked me what the universe is expanding into. Hey, Jim. Oh, I'm going to hurt myself. I'm sorry. That's a legit question. What is the universe expanding into? I don't know. Nobody really knows. We just know it's getting larger. That's one of those things. We know it's pulling each other apart. Is the removing CO2 thing legit? Doesn't that solve global warming? Well, we're past the point to where planting trees will help us. That came out recently. So we're going to have to start not only planting trees, but also do what we can to, mass produce a removal of CO2. I am the universe. Oh my goodness. So, I made a your mom joke. I'm cheeky sometimes. So that we will need to do something to not only limit emissions but also start removing CO2 from the atmosphere. The emission of CO2, we've got to get that under control, and then we've got to start doing something to remove it. There are large, I'm trying to think what it was. I talked about this in one of my science Sunday schools for patrons, and I'll go through and I'll make those live because those are unlisted right now, but I can go through and make those live so you guys can get an idea of what that's like. They start out kind of shaky because I was trying to do it as a YouTube event, but then apparently it mirrors things, and so when I was trying, it looks backwards on some. So I'll make those live because I talk a bit about one device that they're using that takes CO2 out, and I think it turns it into carbonate, and it just collects it at the bottom. Couldn't we cultivate iron deficient phytoplankton and just let them handle it? Well, what do you mean iron deficient phytoplankton? Are we just gonna put it on? I don't know how that would work. Look at pig. I'm not certain what you mean. Dim the sunlight we receive. It's not so much that. We generate heat on the planet too. So I think it is a repeating process. The more it expands, the more matter is created and makes it self-perpetuating. Maybe. If we grabbed a big chunk of ice from a meteorite and put it in the ocean, would that be enough to cool us down? Futurologist, no. It would not. It would not, because it's not about cooling down the planet. It's trying to remove all the things that are holding the heat in, So we're consistently generating heat on our end, and we're getting heat from the sunlight, right? And so CO2, the type of molecule it holds heat in. So it's just like we essentially have this big, thick blanket on us, okay? Now, you could keep bringing ice water to me when I got this huge blanket on me, and my body's still generating heat, and I'm still sweating, and then if I got like a sun lamp on me on top of that, then, you could conceivably keep giving me cold water to try to keep me cool, but that's still not going to take away the fact that I have this giant blanket on me, So it's kind of like you need to kind of remove the blanket in order to get the cooling done, because heat will release from the planet and enter into space, but the more CO2 we have, the more it holds it in. CO2 scrubbers, yes. What is the name of the thing? So they do have these giant freaking filters to a degree. Scientists have managed to construct a giant freaking filter that's able to pull CO2 out of the atmosphere and convert it into like carbonate, like, crystallized form. So imagine the Earth, if it was like the past, have more percentage of oxygen compared to the present levels. Yes, there is more oxygen in the atmosphere back at the dinosaurs' time. Which kind of makes sense. The planet could sustain larger animals. It can't sustain animals that size now. Giant sunglasses for Earth. Well, we already have that. It's called the ozone layer. The ozone layer just, reflects most of the light back out, as far as like the harmful rays. I don't understand how to iron fertilize phytoplankton and boom, lower CO2, just more oxygen. I don't know how that's going to work. Might be an idea. Yeah, if you have an increased amount of oxygen, then you have an increased amount of chance to have more aerobic respiration. And if you increase the aerobic respiration, hello, corn lips. No, you're not late. This is a completely different thing. Usually I'm here on Saturdays, but on Sundays I'm going to start doing Science Sunday School. Do you guys want that as a live stream, or do you guys want that more of like, I've made this thing here, watch it? I don't know. Science Sunday School will not be terribly long. It would be like 20-30 minute show. Just a little short, latest and greatest in science, and just pop up. Just all go live in Hollow Earth. Oh my goodness. Why? Why must you? Oh goodness. Okay, awesome. So I meant to record some more ScientistMel shorts, shortened version of the live streams. Could probably knock a few of those out today. Just got to get my stuff together so I could do that. Do I think the theory of mind in neurology needs to be replaced? I'm not certain about the theory of mind. You mean the theory of mind? Because to me, all the brain is a bunch of biochemical reactions, and that kind of dictates how we behave in certain cases. And then we learn through similar things, and then the certain synapses from previous experiences kind of stay strong. So I'm not certain. The brain is the least understood organ of the body. Most least, that doesn't make sense, is the least understood organ of the body. Ooh, man, scuzzy twoo. I don't know what that is. I should do edited videos. They are more attractive for people to binge, which helps you. Okay, I can do that. I have a new camera now, so I could play around with some of my science content and see if I can do that. Pull in stuff. I can get a bit more creative. But here's the thing, because I'm a perfectionist. Usually when I do shows like this and my current ScientistMel shorts, I just run through the content all in one take. So like my ScientistMel shorts that you see that I have on there that are pre-recorded, it's all one take. All of it is one take. The entire thing. So I guess I could go in and edit other things and stuff. Okay. The theory of mind predicts that certain higher order neurons are responsible by interaction with the brain for consciousness, beliefs, passion, to name a few. Huh. Okay. Edited videos work. I know how chats can sidetrack. Yeah, you know, and the thing is I do like, okay, so I'm all over the place. For an example there, porn lips, there you go. All right, so let me answer theory of mind, and then I'll talk about edited versus live stream. All right, the theory of mind predicts that certain higher order neurons are responsible by interaction with the brain for consciousness, beliefs, passion, to name the few. Well, your neurons make up your brain. I mean, that's all they are. I mean, they make up their brain. So you do have portions of your brain that are responsible for certain things, and there is evidence to show that when a portion of the brain is damaged, sometimes other parts of the brain take on the load and can kind of start doing the things that the other portion or whatever portion of the brain isn't doing anymore. The only thing I haven't seen that work in is for instance, like blindness. If you like bust this occipital lobe where your eyesight center is, because your optic nerve goes straight to that, then you can't see anymore because you can't process the images. But it would be interesting to see if they were able to transition that to a different portion. Could they encourage those parts of the brain to take over what was lost? I think there's been some stuff with that, but I'm not certain. Okay. I could see edited videos being easier to pack everything you want into the video without being sidetracked. True. True. Also remember the button. I don't remember the button. It states that the psychological and philosophical properties of language can be described deterministically. It might can. Let's see, joined. Alright, I'm going to ignore some of those. Do you think it could help us make a language that did not have ambiguity? It might could. Yes, people can temporarily lose sight after head injuries if that portion of their head gets hit, because that's the portion of your brain that processes images. Does the part of the mind reside in the spinal cord as well, though? Other parts of your body do the nervous system. Well, it depends. It might can. But you got to kind of think of your spinal cord as like the cable, to like your laptop, or like the cable to the internet. It just is transmitting information. It doesn't necessarily retain information. But you can have memory left, like the ghost arm. If you lose a limb, that's your brain remembering that what used to be there, which is kind of cool. Okay, yeah, no, she probably really lost her sight, Corn Lips. Many of us are ambidextrous. Yeah, I'm one. The button is the thing to add to humans to make us better. Ah, okay. Yeah, I remember. Oh, goodness. Oh, it's all right. Okay, so I'll get on working on a format for pre-recorded shows. A better format for that. And I do have a new camera, so I can incorporate different angles and stuff. Natural language is something informal logic can't solve. So, maybe. A language without ambiguity is known as a context-free grammar used in computer programming languages. Human communication. Yeah, human communication is an art form in itself, and it can change and fluctuate. And it's always going to be ambiguous, because you never know, unless you just know the person, if they're just being direct and honest with you. There's always the lying, so people can lie. Language is still going to be ambiguous. Phantom pain is bloody annoying. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry you experienced that. That really, 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 really sucks. So, you know what? While I have this, let me ask, do I have anybody who wants to volunteer to help me redesign my website? Because I want to do some different stuff with it. So let me pull up my website and how it looks right now. ScientistMel.com. That's my website, and I know WordPress is about to be overhauled pretty quickly. So I'm going to show you guys what my website looks like, and maybe one of you might want to help me out on redesigning it. So this is what it looks like now, and it's pretty cool. Got a place to donate, to engage, quizzes, resources, podcast, show, about, contact. I need to put another tab up here for all the articles that I write. But this is like the front page. So, I mean, and it's got mostly posts and stuff. And a lot of the stuff that I've written. Things like that. Hey, Peter. Some web page stuff. Yay! I have built a few web pages. All right. Thank you so much. I will send you an email. So I used to do an audio podcast. I'm trying to do that again. But this is, I kind of liked this layout. I thought it was pretty neat. But I need something that's not so jumbled looking. I mean, I have written quite a few things, as you can see. Audio stuff, freedom of speech, but I need to go through and pull all of my articles and post them on a separate page. But I mean, it's like, I could get back to doing the quizzes. It's just so time consuming. So I don't know how you guys, I mean, I got Engage where you can interact with me. But see, I mean, it's just like all my hashtags. It's just like, okay, so any help with that would help me out. Oh, so yes, I would like to write more, but it is just me, and that's the thing I have to keep reiterating to people. I have a day job. If I didn't have a day job, I could spend all my time on this, which is why I'm grateful for my patrons on Patreon, because all of their money just goes to everything that I do here. I'm in the hole every month with the stuff that I do for Engage isn't where people that has a crush on you can ask you to marry them. Oh goodness. Don't read that, it's silly. Oh my goodness, you guys. You guys. So but yeah, so that's why I'm grateful for my patrons, and I'm grateful for the people who help me out. Oh God. Yeah. Work, live, and balance being a content creator. Yeah. Don't give up my day job. You know, it would, if I had enough patrons, I could, because the goal is to ultimately, you know, directly interact with a general population, and go and visit in different cities and talk about science. So that would be pretty cool. So we're still working on that. But if this this would be a great day job. There's something there maybe. Of a slinky drop in slow motion that falls after it collapses, and it can explain why it did that. Slinky drop in slow motion and it falls after it collapses into itself. Okay, so you meant that it was pulled out when it dropped, it closes into itself and it hits the ground? Because you have what's the word? Well, I mean, springs, they're still going to close into themselves because you've pulled them apart. They all have the potential, they have potential energy. So if you pull it apart, that energy is going to have to be replaced, how it goes back together. And so, I mean, that its natural state is going to want to be in that formation. And so, but the thing is, if you've pulled it apart, you've put energy into it. And now it has a lot of potential energy, and then it translates into kinetic when it comes back together. So if you pull it apart, then let go, it's going to collapse on itself and then hit, because, you know, that's its natural state, is that. And so you're adding energy into it to pull it apart. And that energy is now in the form of kinetic, and it comes back together. It goes from potential to that, right? That's usually how that works. Energy put in comes out somehow. And with springs, that's how that works. Andy would probably do a better job of explaining that, because he knows I hate physics, at least in that regard. If you want to talk about electrons moving in a field with magnetism, you know, is magnetism applied or not? But it's not falling as it's collapsing. No. It's still falling. It's still falling. It just looks like it's not. It's still falling. It just looks like it's not. That's your brain doing things. Gravity still has an effect. It just looks like it's not falling because it's collapsing into itself. That's what's happening with that. I have to do things for my job today. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything for my job. Oh, I also need to tell you guys, December 15th, I'm doing a 12-hour live stream. Yes, you can all play with a slinky now and watch that happen. I'm going to do a 12-hour live stream on December 15th as a benefit for Bullionator. He works a lot with people in the skeptic community. I am simulcasting across several different platforms. Oh, okay. I'll have a look. I am currently simulcasting to several platforms on Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. What else? Okay, yeah. So December 15th, I'm doing a 12-hour live stream as a benefit for Bullionator. It's to kind of help him not be homeless. He is in a temporary living position, and he's trying really hard to get back on his feet. And so he does a lot of work. He's done work for me. He's done work for other content creators, the YouTube community. And he often does this for nothing. You know, he does have a Patreon, but I'm trying to help raise money so he can have like basic living expenses kind of covered, and he's currently looking for work, and so that's to also help him get a job, you know, transportation to get to a job. So I'll have lots of different content creators on my 12-hour live stream. So we'll be raising money to help him just cover basic living expenses and be able to get transportation in order to go to job interviews and stuff like that. So that'll be cool. So we're going to do that for Bullionator on December 15th. Be from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Andy will be part of it. I've got the Geek Room. I've got Sci Strike. We're going to do a movie night for him, a little shortened movie night. We're going to have game show type of interactions. There'll be a roast. I'll be hopefully piloting my new series This Week in BS on there with Katie Paulson for Pathios. So it'll be like a really neat thing, so you can hop in and out. We'll post a schedule of events so you can kind of come in and see, like, oh, I want to hang out and talk to them here in the chat. And we'll be incorporating a lot of people in the chat for that. So that'll be something that's really cool. So we're still filling in the slots, getting people in. So it'll be pretty interesting. Yes, Look a Pig is managing it. So it will be chaotic. There'll be lots of entropy involved. But it'll be fun. It's going to be awesome. Yes. So that'll be pretty cool. You want to roast Steve McRae? I think we're going to roast Bullionator. We can possibly roast Steve too. Who is participating in the roast? We just started talking about that yesterday. So if you are interested, talk to Look a Pig. He's in the chat. If you're interested in being a part of that show, hit him up. Look a Pig. He's in the chat right now. You can also go to the Discord server and look there and see what's going on. You can join the Discord server and toss in ideas. You can also say, hey, I want to be a part of this, but I don't want to be a part of that over there. But I'd like to do this, and here's a neat idea. So we're looking at things for that nature. So to kind of clarify things, Bullionator is not homeless right now. He is staying somewhere, but it's a temporary situation. And he needs some funds to help with basic living expenses, transportation, to try to get to a job, you know, in order to go to interviews and stuff like that. So this is kind of help him out. This is December 15th, starting at 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. So I was under the impression he hadn't moved yet. So initially when I came out, I thought, okay, he's going to lose his house or something. He's going to be evicted. He is now moved in with some friends, but that's temporary. He still needs to get on his feet, get a job, and all of this sort of thing. And so he's having a hard time with that. So that is something that I want to help him out with. I haven't been able to do that. So I thought, 12-hour live stream. Let's get everybody in. Get them all together. I'm still waiting to hear back from Kyle and Steve from Non Sequitur about it. See if they'll pop on and see if we can't have them debate each other. And just kind of throw different topics at them and assign them a position and make them go and see how that goes. And that'll be the viewers who donate. I'm trying to see if we can do that. All we have to do to roast Steve is to not reply to him. Oh my goodness. Get Mr. Atheist to roast Steve. Well, go to the Discord server and toss in your ideas, and then hit Steve and Kyle up on Twitter and say, hey guys, we want you to be a part of this, you know, put a little fire under there and see what they say. Don't tell all our surprises. No, I won't tell all our surprises. So this is what we're looking forward to, and this is what I'm working on. I do have a green screen. I haven't played around with it yet, but I do want to get with that at some point in time and see what I can do to kind of incorporate it. And maybe I can do neat little ways to explain concepts, harder concepts in shorter periods of time using action figures. Wouldn't that be funny? Have action figures explain. We're going to use action figures to explain scientific concepts. How funny would that be? That might be a thing. I don't know. And if you have ideas for me, you can tell me on my Discord server, or you can hit me up on Twitter. My DMs are open. Don't send me creepy DMs. I don't answer those. And I do get creepy DMs. I've had somebody ask if they could apply to be my husband. You know, it might be interesting just for me to go through and read have Mel reads her DMs portion of the show. Use Star Wars figures to explain the force of magnets. I could. All right. So, takeaways for today from what you guys want. People don't really want green screen. So, I'm making a list. Science Sunday School is a go. I'll go in, I'll take the other ones. Some of them are backwards, and they came out looking backwards because so that's almost like an outtake. So she's like, it's kind of outtakes. Put that in the title. Science Sunday School pilot outtake. Yeah, whatever. That's a go. We like that. We're doing Spirited Science with Andy now. I'll get with him soon. Peter has almost... Peter has almost finished my intro for This Week in BS. Thank you, Peter. Yep. Hey, Anti-Ordinary. Yes, Stan Lee would be proud. Yeah, I have so many action figures. That might be funny. And then I could do voices. I could have different people voice the different action figures. And then we just overlay that onto there. That would be kind of funny. You have the perfect idea for a green screen. Hey, Anti-Ordinary Twitter DMs. Yeah. I think I tend to scare them off after a while. I'm just like, yo, God. Yeah, no green screen needed. All right. So This Week in BS. We're almost there. We got Spirited Science with Andy. Andy, I need to get with you on getting people on the show then, because that's the biggest chunk of that is organizing all that. Yeah, Peter is also... You need some pics. Dude! Yes, I know. I don't know what to put in there. I honestly don't know what to put in there. Okay, so I sent you pics of me, and you have pics of Katie, but you need pics of the individual segment. I like my background too. So it's just, so this is good for the live stream and the interaction and stuff. And so if I do let's see. Okay. Brain is all over. All right. So Spirit of Science. I think we got that and that. We like Science Sunday School. We like that idea. All right. No the background as it is, and possibly action figures explaining science, right? Explain science. All right. Could be an idea. So, okay. Oh, yay. So we like the idea of action figures explaining science, and I could write that. I often use action figures, and I like, in the Hulk and stuff like that to explain science concepts. So, trying to, was what kind of action figures do we want to do? Do we want to do action figures? I guess it really doesn't matter. The Silver Surfer discusses alloys. And do it, and then here's Iron Man. Iron Man and the Silver Surfer. When they work together, they're alloys, not allies, right? Okay. Yes, hit up Andy. You can also hit up Andy. It's duet_Andy on Twitter if you're interested in being a part of Spirited Science. When they team up together, they're alloys, not allies, right? So we could do stuff like that. Let's see, what kind of action figures would I use? I also have little ones like this. Oh, I just messed up my background. I have like Ant-Man. So I have action figures like this from video games. But I'm not very good at doing voices. So I would probably need people to do voices. So I don't know. There's my Wonder Woman award. It fell down. Will the action figures be closed? I would hope so. Now, I do have, like, Funko Pop. Cable and Deadpool having a debate on dark matter. Would that be fun? They don't really have mouths. That might be kind of cool. Have, Cable and Deadpool talking back and forth. Relativity. What do you know about relativity? Relativity is this. And then Deadpool tells a relativity joke. That might be cool. So, what do you guys think? Maybe that? I have lots of Funko Pops. And then I do have, like, a bunch of these, you know. Ray discusses protein production. Okay, you have, that's cool. Cool. You do have a great voice, Andy. And then I do have Darth Vader M&Ms. Today, oh, he's kind of dusty. He's really old. I have Darth Vader M&Ms. You know, entirely random. Oh, I could get a, you know, don't they make those? You can get a Funko Pop of yourself. Is that a thing? I could get a Funko Pop of myself and have myself in there. Oh, Thor explains math. Yes. You know, there's lots of different things we can do. Why is my TIE fighter on the floor? Then we could talk about, you know, gravitational force with TIE fighters. I can hang them up, you know. They sound like they have the brakes on all the time. You know? We could. That would be kind of interesting. So, superheroes explaining science. That might be fun. I just need voice actors then, because I can't do all of it myself. How cool would that be? Oh, goodness. That would probably be easier to light, and then I could do all kinds of different green screen backgrounds for that one. And then I could just set them up, put them in the situation, have the background. Then I can do the angles. And then all we have to do is put the voices in over that. And then I could probably do some stop motion, but you know, it's Funko Pop. It would just be funny just to have them talking. You'll voice act. Well, if you're a voice actor, hit me up, man. I could do with some help. I'm trying new things. So we'll see how it all goes. Should be okay. But we'll see what happens. I do have like teeny, you know, it's like more teeny tiny figures. Here's a tiny Hulk. Tiny Hulk. The credible Hulk. He backs up all of his statements with facts. We could have a credible Hulk section. Rawr, I'm the credible Hulk. So he's up here, you know, way up there. I have teeny tiny figures. Here's Thor. Could have Thor explaining things. Dost thou realize? Okay, vocal individuals, yay. The Invisible Man explaining. The Invisible Mansplainer. Oh, the Invisible Mansplainer. That's a new character, man. The Invisible Mansplainer. And the credible Hulk. The Credible Hulk and the Invisible Mansplainer. We have new characters now. Before I get into science, I have one question. What's your question, Dr. Trevor Belmont? Feel free to ask. Oh my God. Oh. Gonna steal the Invisible Mansplainer from you. Man, no, you're not. It's gonna be on my show. We'll just have a hat. Iron Man explaining energy. Yes, we could do that. We could do that. I have a Princess Shuri Funko Pop, guys. I do. I have a Princess Shuri Funko Pop. I can use her and have her explaining science. Why can't I post on Discord? You should be able to post on Discord, Andy. Don't take the Invisible Mansplainer from me. Gonna go for it. We're gonna have a new segment. Maybe you can voice act for him or something. I don't know. I'm saying the Invisible Mansplainer jumps in. Doctor Who shows us medical science. Yes. I do have a Doctor Who Funko Pop somewhere. It's the 10th Doctor. Does the chromosomes match the genome? I don't know what you're... Do the chromosomes match the genome? The chromosomes are condensed DNA. They're condensed DNA into... they're essentially just... You have your DNA, and then it wraps around the histones, and then they compress down into the chromosomes. All chromosomes are the compressed DNA. That's all they are. It's a recording. What's a recording? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I've got so many figures and stuff, guys. And then I have, like, My Little Ponies. I have a whole bunch of My Little Ponies. Special edition ones too, like from Comic-Con. I have Spock and Captain Kirk bobbleheads. It's a bad sports thing. You could just use your regular voice, Peter. You could just be the Invisible Mansplainer. So what I'll have is you pop on from time to time and say, "Well, actually," and then just say something that's very condescending, like, and say, "The Invisible Mansplainer. The carpets match the curtains." I don't understand what you're asking me, Dr. Belmont. Does the carpet match the curtains? I don't quite understand what you're asking me. Is that like a... I don't have problems with bronies. The action figures, this would all be pre-recorded. The action figure thing would be all pre-recorded. So I would be incorporating green screen background and then have the action figures, and they'd all explain different concepts of science. Ah. Okay. Hold on with a terrible Dutch accent, of course. You have to say, "Well, actually." Oh, Doc. And thank you for being a patron, Doc. Andy and Doc are both patrons. Thank you for that. Oh, I see what Trevor's trying to say. He was being very cheeky, asking me about my hair color. Okay. I see now. All right. I get it. Anyway. So, well, actually, yes. And so I could sit there and I'll have, like, the action figures doing a thing. And then Mr. Invisible Mansplainer shows up and says, "Well, actually." And then just repeats everything we just said. You grew up with Mr. Atheist. So, yeah, we could have the Invisible Mansplainer come in and say, "Well, actually," and then just repeat everything we just said, but in a condescending voice. Ah, yes. I see what he's saying. See, you know what? People are weird. They ask me weird questions. You tried to make it as scientific as possible. I see. That's how you're trying to troll. All right. Denied. Hey. Oh, goodness. I am out of coffee now. It is now my dream to do the invisible mansplainer. We could have different variations of it. The invisible mansplainer can have different could have different voices. And then the invisible mansplainer shows up. Boy, you sound different today. So that's weird. Andy can, okay, look up it. Give Andy things in my chat at least. You know, I haven't shaved my legs. I wonder if anybody wants to know about that. So, just like The Office. Oh my goodness. Have a random mansplainer show up. Spider-Man does string theory. Yeah, so Spider-Man would have to be explaining string theory to somebody. That would be kind of cool. Yeah. I understand, Andy, about Discord. Oh, goodness. So we've got great ideas here. And if you want to appear on any of my shows, primarily on Spirited Science, because that's the one where we interact and we want people to hop on and be a part of that show. You can hit me up on Twitter. You can have Andy up on Twitter. I'm going to put some of that in Andy's court and be like, Andy, go organize this and I'll stream it. It's okay. Just tell me who's going to be what and I'll tell them what they're talking about. So if you're afraid and you're like, I don't know what I'll talk about this scientist, it's fine. Just let me know and I'll give you information on what it is you're going to talk about when it comes around to your time to talk about that particular scientist. So it'll work out just fine. Gosh, so I'm all out of coffee now. We've been on for an hour. We've talked for an hour, guys. Just sitting here, you know, out in the wind, letting things go. You know, somebody asked me about gas in airplanes today. Why do I get so gassy when I'm on an airplane? It's gas split. Pressure changes. Part of it. All right. Well, this has been fun. I'm going to go and start working on all of these neat ideas that we just wrote down on here. You know, you'd be surprised. Invisible mansplainer, Credible Hulk. Got a green screen. Now I need to set up a section to where I can just do that, light it well, and be able to incorporate action figures explaining science. There you go. Mars Insight mission is due to land tomorrow. Yay! How exciting. It's cool. And don't forget December 15th, 12-hour live stream benefit for Booleanator. That'll be cool. It'll be great. And if you want to be a part of that, go to the Discord or talk to Look a Pig. I think he has a different name on Twitter. And and you can be a part of it. Yes, @Andy on Twitter for Spirited Science. Yes. Hop on Discord. We can discuss the ideas. Okay. I have to get a few things done for work, and then I can do that. Look a Pig. Yes. Credible Hulk is already taken. Yes. But is there a Credible Hulk show? That's the thing. Is there a Credible Hulk show? That's something to think about. Credible Hulk is actually doing things and explaining science. It's 4:19 a.m. here. I'm up late. You're up early. That's early now. It's morning for you. It's 11:21 a.m. here. So we clearly have like a couple minutes delay. Anywho, so I'm going to hop off of here because we've been here. You don't think they're on YouTube? See, we could do a Credible Hulk show. He could just be a character. It doesn't have to be just about this, you know. I need to come up with a title for that. So yeah, I have to come up with a title for that. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. But he'll be a character on the show, but it won't be full just about him, if that makes sense. So there we go. All right. So I'm going to hop off of here. It's 10:20 a.m. for you. Yay. So I'm going to hop off on here. Thanks for the ideas. Now I got to put some stuff into action. I have all kinds of action figures, so we can do science versions of that and talk about all the different things science. So that'll be cool. Ah, goodness. Boy. We got some really rude people. We got some rudeness. So it's really great talking to you guys, and I will see you, let's see, not next weekend, but hopefully I'll be able to record some things this week, or at least play around and get some more ideas. And hit me up on Twitter on ScientistMel.com if you want to help me. Message me. Tell me what you would like to do to help, because it's just me and some other people that do things for me. Darnex71 runs my Facebook page. That's him on Twitter. So I'm thankful for that. And so, yes, I will probably need green screen backgrounds. Yes, gonna go for it. And if we can make a little short intro about superheroes doing science, that might be fun. I got to get with you on the intro for This Week in BS. Sunday Science Sunday School doesn't need a new intro. I'll just use the one I have, and that'll work. Peter is awesome. And if you're interested in being a voice actor or being involved in any of my shows, message me and let me know. And I'm looking for somebody to help me with my webpage. If you want to help me with my webpage, that'd be great. I'd love to reorganize and reshuffle and see what we can do. So yeah. Yay! Okay. All right, guys, have a fantastic Sunday, and I will see you next time. Sending squishy science hugs. Bye.